A family that had peacefully lived together for 3 generations suddenly found themselves caught in a series of strange and unexplainable events. The father, who had always been healthy, began to suffer from unexpected exhaustion. The mother constantly felt uneasy in her own home, and their son kept facing one failure after another in his career. The atmosphere inside the house grew colder and heavier, as if something invisible was slowly draining away their good fortune. They tried everything they could to turn things around, rearranging furniture, renovating rooms, but nothing seemed to work. Then, one day, a friend who understood Feng Shui came to visit. Within just a few minutes of observing the space, his eyes landed on a small corner that seemed completely harmless, a plant that had been placed in the wrong spot for years. That very plant had disrupted the natural flow of energy, gradually weakening the family's fortune bit by bit. In this video, you will discover several types of plants that may seem perfectly normal, but if placed in the wrong location, can unintentionally bring bad luck. You will also learn why even a single misplaced item can shift the flow of energy and affect your entire home's feng shui. Before we dive in, take a moment to speak a positive affirmation. My home is welcoming peace and prosperity. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you can keep exploring the fascinating mysteries of feng shui waiting to be uncovered. So, which types of plants could quietly alter the energy flow of your home to such an extent? Right below are some very familiar names that carry hidden influence, often overlooked by most people. First, the cactus. Cacti are extremely common in many households today. They are compact, easy to grow, and require very little care. People often place them on sunny windowsills, on work desks to add a touch of green, or in living rooms as a unique decorative piece. But because of their familiarity, many forget that a cactus's appearance is not just aesthetic, it also carries a special kind of energy that can shift the entire feeling of the space it occupies. In feng shui, anything sharp or pointy is believed to emit what is called piercing energy. This is a type of energy that is sharp, fast-moving, and intense. The spines of a cactus are the clearest symbol of this energy. When placed in a shared living space, this piercing energy does not just stay contained, it radiates outward and directly affects the emotions of those who live in the home. This does not bring bad luck instantly, but rather creates a subtle shift. People may feel more tense than usual, conversations may become more sensitive, and small matters that could normally be ignored might easily turn into arguments. The living room, where the main flow of energy enters and spreads throughout the house, is the area most vulnerable to this, and it is not an ideal place for a cactus. This space is meant to be warm, gentle, and harmonious. When something with aggressive energy enters this space, it throws off the balance. Many families have shared that they did not understand why the atmosphere in their home kept feeling tense, and ordinary conversations seem to lead to conflict more easily. From a feng shui perspective, this can absolutely happen when the natural flow of energy is disrupted by sharp-shaped objects such as cactus spines. In the bedroom, the impact becomes even more noticeable. A restful environment needs soft, calm, and rounded energy to support deep sleep. Placing a cactus in the bedroom allows its sharp energy to unintentionally create a sense of alertness or mild tension, which can lead to restless sleep, frequent waking, or a feeling of heaviness upon waking up. In some cases, simply removing the cactus from the room is enough for people to feel mentally refreshed and sleep more soundly. In feng shui, that is not seen as coincidence, but rather a natural reaction of the body to an energy environment that is not aligned. What matters most is not avoiding cacti completely, but placing them in locations that suit their nature. On the rooftop, balcony, porch, or in spots that face negative external energy, cacti can serve as protectors, acting like a natural shield to block unwanted forces. But when brought inside, especially into areas that require peace and harmony, their effect changes immediately. Second, fern. From front porches and balconies to cool, humid bathrooms, ferns tend to thrive. Their popularity means few people ever question what really happens to a home's energy when this plant is placed in the wrong spot. Beneath the soft spread of its wide leaves lies a distinctly passive energy that feng shui treats with special care. In feng shui, ferns are considered to have strong absorptive properties, Unlike many other plants whose leaves grow upward toward the light, fern leaves tend to droop downward, giving off a grounding, downward energy. This feature means they carry more yin energy than yang. When placed in enclosed spaces, especially those that need warmth and brightness, ferns can easily make the space feel cold, heavy, and lacking in vitality. Many people have described entering a room with a fern in the wrong spot and immediately feeling the air drop, their mood dimming for no clear reason. The area near the entrance is one of the worst places to put this plant. This is where positive energy enters and spreads throughout the home. If a fern is placed right here, its passive energy quietly absorbs the fresh incoming chi before it has a chance to nourish the house. As a result, the overall energy weakens, daily life can start to feel sluggish, and family plans often seem to hit unexpected delays. It is not an obvious streak of bad luck, but more of a sense that everything is moving slower, with less ease. This matches how Feng Shui describes yin energy accumulation. The effects become even clearer when ferns are placed in bedrooms. A sleeping space needs warmth and stability so that the body can restore its energy. But with a plant that leans heavily toward yin, sleep can feel heavier, the body more fatigued upon waking, and sometimes people experience strange dreams or nighttime unease. This is not something supernatural. It is the body's natural response to an environment where warmth and light, the two essential ingredients for restful sleep, are reduced. That said, ferns are not bad plants. When placed in the right areas such as outdoor porches, backyard corners, or areas that need humidity control or cooling, they actually help create wonderful balance. These locations allow the fern to play to its strengths without negatively affecting the main living areas. That is why the key is not to avoid them entirely, but to understand their nature and place them accordingly. Third, the peacock plant. The peacock plant is a favorite among many households because of the striking patterns on its leaves, which resemble the fan tail of a peacock. With soft, elegant lines, contrasting colors, and a fascinating ability to change shades with the light, it has become a top choice for home decoration. This visual appeal has led it to appear in countless living rooms, home offices, and carefully styled decorative corners. However, few people know that from a feng shui perspective, this plant carries a type of energy that can easily disturb the balance of a room if placed incorrectly. Unlike plants with sturdy stems and upright leaves, the peacock plant is known for how its leaves change position throughout the day. In the morning, the leaves open wide to catch the light. At night, they fold inward, as if retreating. This constant movement, in feng shui terms, creates what is known as unstable dynamic energy, a flow that shifts rapidly and struggles to maintain harmony. In spaces that require steadiness, such as the living room, this may create a subtle sense of restlessness, a lack of focus, or an overall vibe that feels unsettled. If you place the peacock plant near the entrance of your home, where the main energy flow comes in, its constant changes may disrupt the natural flow, preventing positive energy from lingering. Homeowners may begin to feel like things are progressing inconsistently, some days smooth, some days stalled without any obvious cause. From a feng shui viewpoint, this is a sign of energy being unsettled by an unstable element placed right at a key energy crossing point. Fourth, the lady palm. In modern spaces, the lady palm is often placed near windows, hallways, or living rooms to create a fresh, elegant feel. However, from a feng shui perspective, this plant carries a specific kind of energy that can disturb the energy field of a home if not positioned correctly. The leaves of the lady palm grow in thin, small branches that spread out in multiple directions. This scattered growth pattern causes the energy around it to break apart rather than flow smoothly, as it does when passing through plants with larger leaves or upright shapes. In feng shui, this is known as dispersed qi energy that spreads out instead of gathering and concentrating. When placed in living rooms or shared areas, this dispersing energy can make the atmosphere feel unstable. Family members may find it hard to focus, stay emotionally connected, or maintain a consistent sense of harmony. The main entrance is considered the mouth of energy, for a house the place where vital energy enters and nourishes the entire space. If a lady palm is placed next to the front door or along the entry path, its leaves may unintentionally scatter the flow of energy before it has a chance to spread throughout the home. The result is a subtle weakening of the household's energy, making wealth harder to accumulate and causing a quiet sense of friction in daily life. It is not immediate bad luck, but a slow, hard-to-detect stagnation. Another spot to avoid is the wealth corner, a space that requires steady, upward-flowing energy to attract and nurture prosperity. The lady palm, with its spreading and dividing leaves, tends to send energy outward rather than helping it concentrate. When placed in the wealth area, this dispersing nature can make it harder to retain money. Financial plans may be affected by unexpected changes, or the homeowner may feel that saving is difficult even when income remains steady. In the bedroom, the lady palm has a slightly different influence. Restful spaces need stillness, calm, and minimal movement. But the plant's delicate leaf patterns can stir up subtle energy shifts, making it harder for the mind to fully relax. Some sensitive individuals describe feeling like they cannot sleep deeply when there are energy-disrupting plants like the lady palm in the room. This is especially true in smaller bedrooms, where the plant's proximity to the bed makes its effects even more noticeable. That does not mean the lady palm is a bad plant or one that should be avoided completely. When placed in the right location, such as an inner courtyard, a well-ventilated corner, or areas where a soft, airy feel is desired, it brings gentle beauty and elegance to a space. Its essence is one of light dispersion, so as long as it is placed in an area that does not interfere with the home's main energy flow, it will enhance the environment without causing disruption. Fifth, the golden pothos. The golden pothos is a plant that tends to grow by trailing downward, symbolizing sinking energy, a flow that moves downward rather than rising. When placed in shared living spaces, this downward pull can subtly lower the collective energy, making the overall atmosphere feel less motivated or inspired. People living in such a space may feel more fatigued than usual, not because of their health, but because the room's energy is being quietly dragged down. The effect of the golden pothos is most noticeable when placed near the front door. The main entrance is where positive energy enters and spreads throughout the home. But when a plant that pulls energy downward is placed here, the good chi can be deflected or drained before it has a chance to circulate. This leads to energy loss in the home, financial opportunities slipping away, and the sense that good things come but do not stay long enough to bring real results. In the bedroom, the golden pothos has yet another kind of influence. Its soft, trailing vines carry a gentle but heavy energy that can cause the mind to feel weighed down. People who are sensitive to energy may experience restless sleep, a racing mind, or a subtle sense of anxiety when climbing vines or placed too close to the bed. Since bedrooms need still, upward-moving energy to support deep rest, the presence of the golden pothos can prevent the body from reaching a truly restful state. That being said, like many plants, the golden pothos is not a bad plant. When placed correctly, such as on a balcony or near a window where its vines can hang down naturally without affecting the home's main energy, it remains one of the most beautiful and beneficial plants to have. When we take a closer look at these familiar plants, it becomes clear that each one has its own energy and silent influence on the home. Not every plant is bad, and not every plant suits every space. What creates balanced feng shui is understanding. When placed in the right spot, a plant nurtures the space. When placed incorrectly, it may subtly disrupt the energy field in ways our intuition picks up before our minds can explain. Before this video ends, take a moment to speak a positive affirmation that invites fresh, uplifting energy into your life, something like, "My home is now welcoming balance and good fortune." And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can continue exploring the mysterious and powerful world of feng shui that still lies ahead.